Welcome to the Daily Devo. My name is Diana Mesher, and today we are talking about a question Jesus asked about leaving. We are looking at different questions that Jesus asked in the New Testament, questions that are going to show us something about his character, his values, and how we can walk with him. It's pretty fun. Today's question, it is found in John chapter 6, verse 67, and it says this. Jesus asked this question. He said, "You do not want to leave too, do you?" Jesus asked the 12. In other words, Jesus is asking his followers, do you want to leave me too? You see, Jesus was talking to the crowd of people who had followed him across the sea. This crowd was looking for Jesus to do the miracle of bread again. They wanted to be blessed. They wanted to be fed. And Jesus, he was teaching them about a better bread that would never rot or run out. He was teaching them that Jesus himself is the bread of life, that he is the bread that you need most. It's a great conversation. You can read about it in John chapter 6. Well, in verse 66 of that same chapter, it says, "From this time on, many of his disciples turned back and no longer followed him." So Jesus, he turns to his disciples, his first followers, and he asks them today's question. He says, "You do not want to leave too, do you?" And Peter, he responds with a powerful response. He answered in verse 68, "Lord, to whom shall we go? You have the words of eternal life. We have come to believe and to know that you, Jesus, are the Holy One of God." Peter is saying, "Lord, where will we go? Who else will we turn to? We believe you, Jesus, and we know that you are the Lord and Messiah." Yet think about Jesus' question. He's asking his followers, would you like to leave as well? You've believed in me. You've been with me at this point in your life. With this situation, do you too want to choose to walk away? I've noticed a few things about this question. First, Jesus' question, it invites honesty. Jesus is always inviting honest confession. He's not bruised by it or put off by it. He leans towards it. Second, it shows the choice that Jesus followers always have. Your choice is never taken hostage from you. What kindness of God to always give you the keys in the choice. Third, from Jesus' question, it acknowledges the temptation that followers of Jesus can face from time to time, this temptation to drift. Now let's look at Peter's response. He says, "Lord, to whom shall we go? You have the words of eternal life. We have come to believe and to know that you are the Holy One of God." This phrase, we have come to believe and to know you. It's our belief in Jesus that can keep us. It is how we have known Jesus in the past that can hold us during the hard times. If we honestly look at our beliefs, where else would we go? In times of pain, confusion, disappointment, weariness, we can still know Jesus and our belief. Where else would we run to? Especially in those times. Our verses today, they're inviting us to turn our eyes to Jesus, to think on him and his character. And this is really important when our questions are loud, when people have hurt us or disappointed us. What if today you turn your gaze back to Jesus, that you remember what you believe about him and his character and his identity? What if you repeat that out loud? What if you remember as well what you've experienced in Jesus? That's what Peter's doing in this moment. He answers the question instead of saying, do I want to leave? Are things hard? Are things confusing? Are things demanding? He doesn't keep his gaze there. He turns his eyes straight to the person of Jesus. And he says, who are you? What do I believe about you? What do I know that is true? Whom else am I going to go to? I want you to ponder these things today. Blessings.